Nice to connect with everyone. I am Colleen O'Connor, and I am a Yuen Method Certified Master. And today we are going to work on the topic of staying centered in your heart. And this can be something that is less than easy with the kind of times that we are living in here. Um, Everything that's going in the world, everything that's going on the planet. So we want to come back to our hearts because it's so easy to take everything so seriously and take everything so personally and get kind of pulled off track, but we want to come back to our hearts. And coming back to our hearts, when we are in the Yuen method and using the Yuen method, everything comes back to neutrality and physical intelligence. And when we're neutral and we have that physical intelligence activated and we are connecting with other people through this idea of physical intelligence, then we can be more connected to our heart. Because really being connected into our heart really just means that we're connected strongly to ourselves and that we are able to be balanced, centered, and stable. And because we're balanced, centered, and stable, we can have a more even energy between ourselves and with others. And from that place, it's much easier to connect in a way that is free of drama and reactions and sensations and emotions, which is most of what is happening in the world. And it's easier to connect on a more straightforward way that is more easeful and more joyful. And we're not talking so much about love here. We think of love, but love is still really more of an emotion. And we want to be connecting from that neutral place and from the place of joy, because joy is actually more neutral, is a higher vibration even than love, and that's the place that we want to get to. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And thank you for everyone who submitted your requests. Just to reiterate, going from now on, if you want to submit a topic to be strengthened during our time together, then please do it through the Google form. It takes a lot more energy for me to respond to email requests. So the Google form just makes it like really simple and easy so that we can continue to do these free groups. And so I just want to have just a moment also to explain for those people who are tuning in that are new to the Yuen method and are not familiar with it. The Yuen method was created by Dr. Kam Yuen. And he passed away a few years ago, but he was a 35th generation Shaolin Kung Fu master, a chiropractor, and an aerospace engineer. And he took all three of those modalities, those professions, so to speak, and all the insights and wisdom of those and combine them together to create the Yuen method, which is what we're going to be doing today. And hello, hello, Sebastiana. And so with the Yuen method, he would be fighting in sparring with rivals and competitors in kung fu competitions. And with kung fu and the martial arts, it's very much about connecting to nature and the natural way that animals and creatures move and exist in nature, where they don't have a mind. So they don't have a mind. So they operate by feeling, perception, intuition. They sense things. They know exactly when, a small creature knows exactly when to get out of the way so that they do not become dinner for a predator, and vice versa. A predator knows exactly where to locate their dinner because of their physical intelligence. That's what animals have, and we have it too, but we have gotten so far away from it collectively because we're so in our heads. And so we want to get out of our heads and into our bodies and into our hearts. And with the Yuen method, because Dr. Yuen could feel and perceive where his opponent's weaknesses were, then he would attack those areas. Because he could attack those areas, he could then win his sparring competitions with his competitors. And when he later became a chiropractor, he reversed that. So he could feel where his clients or his patients' weaknesses were in their bodies. And he began to develop a way of not only identifying that weakness, but strengthening that weakness and deleting all the accumulated effects of the weakness. So that's what we're doing today. We identify what is your weakness that's creating whatever situation you're experiencing. We make you strong to that weakness, and then we delete that weakness, and then we delete the negative accumulated effects. So when you hear me talking and doing this process, that's what I'm doing, but I'm doing it really fast, and I don't explain everything that I'm doing as we go along. So the main thing is for you to feel it and to perceive it and to receive it. And also, really, with this method, it is, oh, thank you. Thank you. And you want to feel it, perceive it, and experience it. I could talk to you about the Yuen method. I was talking to a client the other day. I was saying probably almost these exact same words, but that I could talk to you until you turn blue in the face, until the cows come home. You'll never get it until you just do it. So that Nike phrase, that famous slogan, that is this method. You just want to experience it, feel it, open up to it, open up to your improvement, connect to your improvement, be open to yourself. And by feeling it and experiencing it, then you get it. And you get it even more when you learn how to do the method, which is something that I offer as well. But a lot of the folks that are tuning in today are actually students. I don't even want to call you students. It's your participants in getting the transmission and the download of how to do this method. But the more you do it, the more you connect with it, the faster your shifting happens, because you are more in alignment with it and more tuned to it. So with that said, just want to say hello to everybody who's tuning in. I'm looking at our chat here. Yay, great to see everybody, or see your messages. So we're going to work on the group as a whole and make sure we're all tuned up. So just to give you the outline, first, I always just make sure our group is in alignment with each other. And then we're syncing up, and then I work on the general strengthening of the group as a whole, whatever issues are up for the group as a whole. And then we look at your individual topics. A note about that on your individual topics, this is a free group. It's not like getting an individual session where you're going to get tons of time on each thing. Each person gets a couple of minutes, and then we move on. If it's not perfect, if there's still a lot there, then you might need to have an individual private session. So just want to be clear so you have clear expectations. Okay, so with our group, tuning into everyone here, we want to make sure your midline is strong. So for those of you know how, you want to connect to your midline. The midline runs from the top of your head down to the length of your spine, all the way down to your pubic area. So up and down, it divides the body left and right. You want to connect to that. And we want to tense that and untense it with no effort. So inhale, tense, exhale, untense, no effort. Tensing, untensing, no effort, with strength, endurance, flexibility, agility, coordination, and speed. So speed and flexibility need to be stronger. Speeding that up. Putting some energy in there. Strengthen your cranial brain. Integration of your nervous systems. Neutrality, neutral, neutral, neutral. Tensing, untensing. Not positive, negative, negative. Strengthen everyone's minds. Empty the mind. Strengthen the spirit. Empty the spirit. Just a lot more in the spirit, actually. Your mind out of your spirit. Spirit out of your mind. Other people's minds. Other people's spirits. That's actually pretty clear. That's great. Sending the mind and spirit away to the 8 spaces. Body, mind, spirit, strong separate and strong coming together. So delete any conflicts, contradictions, any controversy, sabotage, some struggling and some suffering. Delete all that. Body, mind, spirit, strong separate, strong together. Much better. Okay, for our group here. So strengthening for intuition to be stronger. All the sources, reasons, causes, out of the past, out of the future, clearing up the future. Okay, strengthening your thinking, deleting your thinking, deleting your emotions. So your feeling and perception, the feeling part needs to be stronger. And results need to be strong. You to the results and results to you. Fast, not fast. Slow, not slow. Neutral. Okay, and the sources, reasons, causes. So the results goes weak. The ancestors, and even your family members. So just delete their slowness, their misguidance, wrong answers, their unfamiliarity, their lack of experience with getting results and getting answers. So deleting that. And then strengthening receptivity. So strengthen this group here. Third eye caracal. Ha, that's funny. Thank you. Okay, so ready, open, receptive, giving and receiving. Let's make that even. Male, female, male, even. Strengthen your higher self connection to be, your higher self to be strong, clearing any weaknesses in the higher self, some confusions. Here I start the yawning. The yawn fest begins. So that's some external weaknesses. Psychological. It's out external. Let's clear those psychological influences. That's some sadness, sorrow, grief. Neuropeptides. So let's download that to everyone here. That's been coming up for a lot of people. So let's just download whatever everyone needs here. Whatever neuropeptides, amino acids, endorphins, oxytocin, the feel goods. Bringing it into your brain, into your lymph, your fluid, your blood, and your pituitary, pineal, your thyroid, hypothalamus, even adrenals, kidneys, into your reproductive, and into your brain. Oh, I feel that. That feels good. Just know you can always download whatever you need, right? I know we have people here in different time zones, so let's balance melatonin and serotonin. So serotonin wakes you up in the morning with the light, and melatonin puts you, makes you restful and sleepy in the darkness and the nighttime. Okay, ready, open, receptive, that's better. Higher self feels stronger. Let's make sure soul, higher source, higher self, body, mind, spirit, all connecting, communicate, coordinate, synergy, fitting, working together. So expertise. So we've got take charge, self-mastery, expertise, and the mastery triad. And expertise needs to be stronger. So being an expert. So seeing yourself as strong, you connected with your own authority, for lack of a better word, where you know what you need, you know who you are, you know what's true and what's not true, and you know no apologies, so to speak. So strengthening that. So let's delete any rejection. So where's that coming from? Family members rejecting themselves, rejecting improvement, rejecting change. Woo, deleting that. So strengthening you to feel. That goes weak again. Second, perception. Perception is there, but needs to be stronger, and it's not fully activated for some people. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, 60, 70, 80, up to 90, up to 100%. Perception, strengthen that. This is training for protection, protecting yourself, protecting others, people protecting you. There's some weakness there. Protecting others, people protecting one another. Okay, strengthening that. Restarting. Okay, let's make sure we've got more stability. We're strengthening to 100%, infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time, down to 0, minus infinity. Okay, so forgiveness. So strong to forgive, forget, unconditional. Who's that coming from? That's coming from you. So strengthen you for forgiving yourselves. There we go. So we all have heart, not just for others, but for ourselves, right? Whew. Unconditional. So no conditions to that forgiveness. Again, stability in the spirit. Send the mind away again. And it's syncing us all up. So let's strengthen our internal boundaries, our external boundaries. That needs to be stronger. Internal boundaries, internal dynamics, external dynamics. And strengthen the relationship within ourselves, with each other, with others. Let's make all those three nice and strong. So self, others, each other. Within this group, and with outside this group. So internal to external, external to internal, external to internal goes weak. Let's clear the sources, the reasons, the causes out of the past, out of the future. And some psychic influences there. Let's clear anybody's, make sure there's no spirit attachments or anything here. There's some weaknesses there. So let's clear them, those energies, make them all even, make them one, contained. Let's make sure it's not in your surroundings. Let's make those one contained, and then strong to those, separate from those, send them all away. Deleting them off to the 8 spaces, out of your energy, all your levels of being. Your body, your spirit, your mind, your conscious, subconscious. So clearing that mind again. Okay, strengthening you all to stop thinking, to stop thinking, and to feel. Strength you have no emotions. There's definitely some weakness to that. Having them, not having, feeling, not feeling. Okay, so it's okay to have no emotions. Or have an emotion that comes up, but it goes down and out. Let's make sure there's no karma in our group. That feels good. And there's nice evenness. All our cultures, all time zones, countries, governments, politics. Let's delete anything around that. Time zones, our backgrounds, ages, and our physical surroundings. Okay, let's clear all of that. Thank you all. I'm just redirecting you, so strengthen you to strengthen yourselves. Forgive, forget. Good. There we go. Okay, and let's make sure we are strong to feeling the shift. So delete any negative thinking. Trying to getting better. And again, perception with the improvement perception. So that needs to be stronger again. What's holding that up? Some external, it's the mind, non-physical. And let's make sure everyone here is strong to your own questions and to other people's questions. We want to remember, we want to go beyond ourselves. We have internal, inner to outer, outer to inner, and then we want to go beyond inner to outer and beyond outer to inner. As we go beyond ourselves, we recognize that we're connected. We're connected to others, whether you like it or not, right? Sometimes. But that connection, when we make ourselves strong and we make others strong, then we amplify our own improvement, right? So we want to be strong to other people's questions, because undoubtedly you're going to have some benefit, because you will realize and feel that you have some shared weaknesses. So just because you didn't request it doesn't mean it doesn't have a value to you. So I want to be ready, some openness to that. And this clears some memories of not getting improvement. And let's strengthen the mind again. Delete the thinking, delete the emotion, strengthen for the feeling, and send the mind away. Clear them reactions. Make sure there's no false twos. There's some false twos going on. There's some shutdown. Let's delete that shutdown. There's been a lot of shutdown energy happening in the world. So we do want to disconnect, disengage, disentangle from that. And we want to stay open. And just realize also that other people's shutdown can affect us. So we want to be just neutral to other people's shutdown. And that's collective, cultural, even some neighbors, even some descendants, this lifetime, and the present and the past, and even the future. So all timeline. Some karma there. So let's seek that karma. Let's open up the exit portals on her arm, on her chin, hands, fingers. Open up the feet, the toes, the channel, the bottom, the colon, the sacrum. Okay. So the karma, indirect, partial indirect karma. It's ancestors and religion. I'm feeling even like some rage, anger, hostility, bitterness, resentment from ancestors and collective and religion. Let's delete, make it all even one contained, delete that out of every body, spirits, minds. It's in the spirits. Even in the mouth, a soft stomach, small intestine, ileocecal, large intestine, ascending, transverse, descending, rectal, all the way down. That whole pathway, mouth all the way down. From the top to the bottom, as they say. Some betrayal and separation. See, the revenge. A lot of revenge coming up today. And no need to suffer. So who wants revenge? You or your ancestors, others? Ancestors. They recipients or perpetrators? This group, for this group on the whole, right at this millisecond, more perpetrators. So deleting that. Delete the hooks, cut the cords, cut the ties, attachment sentiments. All the sources, the reasons, causes. Let's remove this out every level of being, area of life, a time and space, aspects of self, which is soul all the way to the mind, macro, micro, nervous system. And deleting that. Send all that improvement to the midline. Forgive, forget. Okay. So let's check that now. I forgot even what I was strengthening. Okay, so evenness, relationship, karma. Okay, being open to other people's stuff. Okay, how's everyone feeling? We'll just reset you, reprogram, restart. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was doing our final resolution. Some forgetting. So let's clear the forgetting. Let's again open up the exit portals under arm, chin, hands, fingers, open the feet, open the toes. The sacrum as well. So there's exit portals. Okay, let's strengthen exit portals to midline, midline, exit portals, midline to exit portals, tensing them, untensing them, no effort. Tense, untensing, no effort. Even them, strengthen them, open them. All these energies we're clearing down and out, letting go. Okay. I'm resetting you all. Reset your body, mind, your spirit, reprogramming your thinking, awareness, perception, and restarting. So again, more with a higher source connection. Okay, and this group here. So what is the predominant weakness of connecting into your heart? It's a lot of external weaknesses. So how many things are affecting this ability to just be in here? Finite, infinite, or beyond? It's beyond infinite. So those beyond infinite things, make them even, one, contain, bring them down to earth, make them finite. Let you be strong to them, separate from them, and separate them from you. We send them all away, those weaknesses, other dimensions, universes, etc. And let's delete them out of the body, spirit, mind, the brains, and out of the nerves. So nerve junctures, endings, nerve cells, nerve fibers, attachments and sentiments, clearing those. All levels, all aspects, all areas. A lot of emotional So yes, again, we're going to download to everyone here from Dr. Yuen and the universe, physical intelligence, all his strengthening to make us emotionless. Having, not having. Wow. Feels like you all needed that. Okay. What's coming up is connecting you all with a comfy, cozy, safe, secure feeling in your heart. Getting out of your head, coming into your heart center, strengthening the heart center. It doesn't mean we want to be so open-hearted that we let everything from other people in. It's more that we still want to have strong boundaries, but we want to be open to the flow of life, the flow of change, the flow of evolution, the flow of the planet, the flow of our natural flow, our natural neutral homeostasis, which is just this calm, joyful, centered, clear place, thing of simplicity. So connect you all that simplicity, simple, clear, and calm. Just download that to all of you where things are effortless. Okay, now let's check in. We did delete the sources, delete the reasons, the causes, the past, the future, and the effects of everything we just did. The effects, the infinite effects that are kind of pulling you off center, out of heart, and keeping you in your head. So let's make those even, one, contained, down to earth, and finite, and deleting those. Out your cells, molecules, atoms, quantum particle, empty spaces, all the way down the DNA, RNA, subcellular. Resetting body, mind, spirit, reprogramming, thinking, awareness, perception. Restarting. Okay, now strengthen your infinite potential. Went weak on that. So strengthen to 100%, infinite potential. 100% of the time, infinite time. Internal boundaries, external boundaries. Okay. So let's clear the fears. Okay, so now there's some internal fears. Let's make those all even. Let's say you be strong to all those fears at all levels, all areas, all time and space. We would be strong to our fears, and then we delete the fears. And then we remove all the effects of the fears. Delete any paralysis by analysis or just being stuck, caught, paralyzed, trapped, bound. Deleting that. And some of that is almost like being stuck in our head. So let's delete the habits, the patterns of programs. A lot of patterns and programming that are not yours. That's collective and cultural and even religion. And some education that keeps you stuck in your head. So delete. And what areas of life are kind of tripping people up here, pulling you off your heart? Okay, food and career. Let's make those even. Job, career, purpose, business, education. So with career, we've got those 5 things. Just bringing that to your awareness already strengthened that. Okay. Food, no food. Eating, no eating. Cooking, no cooking. Nothing, a little, a lot, quickly, slowly. So fast food. Let's delete that. Forgive, forget. Okay, so miasms. Let's delete those. So, ourselves in other time and space, other lives, our ancestors, life was not so easy a lot through human history. And so we have these miasms, these spiritual experiences. They're just really life experiences, some more funky than others. And those experiences of life being hard and difficult and heavy and blah, 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 that can take away from that natural joy, that trust, that knowing, that really true way that we really are. So we got to clear those, delete those. When I say clear, I just mean strengthen and delete. It's just easier to say clear than strengthen and delete. Okay, so let's clear neurological experiences, neurological, what I get is attack. So let's clear those experiences of like the neurological system being under attack. So deleting all that. This whole group here, it's a collective experience. Well, in this or other, this lifetime, is even this lifetime. Well, it comes up is like some of the overload with technology, and even times of actually being under attack, or things that approximated or triggered the memory of attack in other time and space in other lives. So let's delete everything around that. Make it all even, make it one, contained, finite, and down to earth, and delete. All levels, all areas, all time, all aspects, macro, micro, nervous system to your midline. Down to zero, minus infinity. And delete that, especially out of the brains. The spinal cord brain, tail brain, and even the reptilian brain, the nerves, nerve endings, nerve junctures, nerve cells, nerve fibers, myelin sheaths. So regenerate, rejuvenate those nerves, put it back in sync, back in order, deprogram and reprogram nerves. So all parts of the nervous system connect, communicate, coordinate, synergize, fit, and working together. Okay, how's everybody feeling? Is that song from the Jacksons, Michael Jackson used to be, can you feel it? Burping with more energy. Okay, so burping. When stuff comes up, we want it to go down and out. So we're going to just redirect you and anyone else here, because that does happen for people. We want the energy to go down and out. So nervous system, physical tells us to take charge of that, send it down and out. Open up the exit portals. The fingers, feet and toes, colon, genital bladder, sacrum, strengthen, even open. And then also everything that's coming up. We're going to strengthen you, strong everything that's coming up, and strong to just delete everything that's coming up down to zero, minus infinity. Is it present, past, future? Future. So clearing everything that's coming up, you and everyone here. Let's look at the whole timeline. Eons, centuries, decades, years, and the years, coming years, months, weeks. So coming weeks, days, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. So it's weeks. So how many weeks are we talking? 1, 2, 5, and 6. So like month and a half, 5 to 6 weeks is what comes up. So we're going to clear whatever's, we're going to automatic mental thought midline. So we're downloading automatic programs to strengthen and delete. You receive, feel, perceive. Good. Okay. Resetting everyone again. Reprogram, restart, balance, center, stable, boundaries and dynamics. Okay. Tranquility, freedom, good. Okay. I'm going to tell you a very short story that inspired this whole idea of the heart center, and then I'm going to work on your individual requests. But I'm going to actually work on the individual requests first, the requests as a group, and then we'll see how far we get, and then we'll do individual. So why did I come up with this heart center thing? Well, one is we're moving into February. Excuse me. Get some triggers for me. We're moving into February, which is Valentine's, which is all about the heart and love. But I wanted to take it beyond just romantic love and into more beyond love and into joy. And I was already having kind of this idea in my brain about focusing something on the heart, but I was recently in Mexico, as some of you know. And one of the things that just, aside from the beautiful weather and the wonderful people, is I always feel more connected to my heart there, because there is just more of a straightforward simplicity of what's truly important. It feels easier to access that, at least for me, when I'm there. There's not all this noise that I feel when I'm in the United States. And I had a particular experience. I was staying at this all-inclusive resort, and the first day I got there, I was strengthening and deleting, but I was still a little bit out of it because I was on an overnight flight. and I came to a restaurant, and there's as many restaurants on the place, the property. And I didn't have my money with me because it's all inclusive. I didn't think about the fact that I'd want to be leaving tips for the wait staff. And I had this really lovely waiter. He was this older gentleman. He was petite. He was very kind, very sweet. And he did all sorts of extra work for me because I had been traveling. I wanted to eat. I was hungry, but I didn't want meat and bread. I had already had a lot of that because of the food that was available through travel. I just wanted vegetables. So he'd had a custom order made for me, and I wasn't able to give him a tip. So I made a note of his name and that I would come back and bring him a tip. I came back later. He wasn't working. Eventually, I wound up eating there again at a time when he was working, and he was my waiter. And again, I had kind of some custom requests. He was very attentive. He was just very kind. And we had a nice rapport talking to each other. Of course, I'm strengthening him because I do that with everybody I'm interacting with. And then I came again. And the next time I came, I was going to give him a tip. He said, no. He said, no te cobro, which is, I'm not going to take your money. So from my heart, it's been such a pleasure talking with you and being able to attend to you while you were here. I've really enjoyed connecting. And I almost cried. It was just so sweet. It just brought me right into that place of, it's just two people having an exchange from heart to heart, physical intelligence to physical intelligence. Very simple, very straightforward, just focusing on person to person. And that was like, this is my topic for the next live stream, because we want to remember to get into that place of some simplicity when you're connecting with people. There was no entitlement from him, like, no, you owe me because I served you. That he felt the exchange, right? Because there was that physical intelligence and that heart-to-heart connection. So that was the inspiration. So now with that, we are going to, thank you. It was beautiful. I was like, oh, such a sweet person and sweet exchange. Okay, let's take a look at everyone's requests here. Okay, I'm going to take all the requests. We've got things about self, about career. We've got hair, people pleasing. Okay, so forth and so on. So we're going to make all these requests even. We're going to tune in everyone here. And how many weaknesses are contributing to these questions that people have? Finite, infinite, or beyond. It's beyond infinite. So we're going to make all those weaknesses even, make them one, make them contained, bring them down to earth, make them finite. Make you strong to the weaknesses, strong to deleting the weaknesses, and to remove all the negative accumulated effects out of your body, mind, spirit. All the things that are coming up for you, big to little, heavy to light, serious to silly, difficult to easy, that goes weak, complicated, simple is good. Serious to silly, that's good. Overbearing to underbearing, overwhelming to underwhelming, confusing to clear. Okay, and we're going to delete all those weaknesses down to zero, minus infinity, and we're going to make you strong to what's there, separate from what's there, and we're going to send all these weaknesses away to the 8 places. So we have quiet, calmness, clarity. Let's remove the sources. Let's delete the reasons, delete the causes. So there's more causes. How many causes? It's beyond infinite causes. So make those even, make those one, contain. Bring down to earth and finite. Delete those causes across all levels, all areas, all time and space, all aspects of self, macro, micro, nervous system to your midline. Deletion. Speeding that up, quantum speed. Opening the exit portals and everything moving down and out. Need to release, forgive. Okay, is it more forgiving yourself or forgiving others? Forgiving others and people forgiving each other and people forgiving you. So you to others and others to you. This lifetime, other lifetimes is that. Some karmas. Let's clear the karmas that are contributing to their questions, your weaknesses. the karmas, what area of life generally, the stuff about aging, about time, about the future, about a career, and physical intelligence itself. So let's make those karmas even. Are they more direct or more indirect, actually? More about your ancestors. And we'll just download all the strengthening and deleting about the ancestrals, them taking charge of their own weaknesses and strengthening and deleting their weaknesses and letting them go. And coming up to speed, we're going to speed up the ancestors to recognize, acknowledge, accept the time and space we're in now, which is that we are able to remove our own weaknesses and negative experiences instantly, as we're doing right here and now. Some to recognize, acknowledge, accept. So there's some lack of recognition from the ancestors. So let's delete that. And they have a lot of emotions, so let's make those even and delete those. All levels, areas, all time, all aspects, macro, micro, nervous system, boom. Hey, Shelly, what's up? Okay. And let's clear a lot of cultural or religious. So strengthen the ancestors, lighten up. My three favorites: lighten up, loosen up, because they're a little bit rigid, and let go. Okay. Some blaming there. Okay, and what's the karma's about? Some separation. Separation from themselves, separation from others, and people separating from them. And more separating from themselves. So let's strengthen the ancestors to come back to themselves. And so that you can come back to yourself, back into your heart space, back into your power center, even into your root chakra, grounding back into the earth, back to your body, back to the planet, back to this time and space. So no longer overly extended and coming back here. Yeah. And no longer having to pay off other people's karmas. No need to pay the price. No need to suffer. So strengthen you all to really get that, feel that, perceive that, accepting that. All levels, all areas, all time. Into yourselves. Let's just clear all the habits, patterns, and programs, memories, some residuals, some attachments. You attach to it or it to you. It to you. So anything's attaching to you. You to send it away. To strengthen your nervous systems, you to redirect it. And clear some more. There's another level of karma there. It feels like it's just a little, like a karma blip. I don't know what that means, but that just comes up. It's a partial indirect. And then it's just collective now. So collective nowadays, because they don't realize it, but they're being affected a lot by stuff with the ancestors. And the collective isn't clearing it. So there's more effects. And then that is affecting everybody. So let's delete all that. So we're not affected, not affected, bother, not bother. So send all that to the black hole wormhole. In between karmas, in between life karmas. Okay. So let's look at that list again. Is it more mental, emotional, spiritual? It's more psychological. So let's clear the psychological weaknesses affecting your questions that you have. So sensations, emotions, and reactions, deleting that. Some patterns and programs there. A lot of programming, actually. So in the present, there is a lot of programming in the world right now to make people reactive. If they get you reactive, then they can control you. We're just going to make you cool and groovy, like Snoopy. So starting anticipating, deleting all the anticipation. And clear the overprotecting and over-worried, over-anxious, over-internalizing. Clear the sources, the reasons, the causes out of the past, the future, and the effects. Okay, resetting everybody. Make sure all of you are strong to your improvement to you. Okay, let's see now, again, tuning into the list of the questions and for the topics. Is beyond infinite? No. No, sorry, excuse me. It's infinite. Infinite weaknesses, make those even, one contained. Down to earth and finite. Leave the sources. There's a million reasons, a trillion causes. Out of the past, out of the future. So let's clear up the future. So you connecting to a new future, future being the same, not same, different, not different, change, not change, of perception. Let's open up the future and install into the future, strengthening, deleting, and resetting every millisecond of the future. Things get easier, calmer, clearer, and that you are open, you're able, willing, ready. So they're no longer putting it off. See, believe, expect, imagine. Okay. So now reset, reprogram, restart, sources, reasons, causes, past, future. Let's check in your questions that you all have. Finite, infinite, or beyond? Finite. So we've gone from beyond infinite to infinite. Now we're into finite weaknesses. How many weaknesses to the group's questions? Well, let's even out questions to problems, problems to questions. Let's delete the questions, delete the problems, delete the triggers, the issues, and the choices, the reactions. This group here, their questions, ones, tens, hundreds, billions of things. Okay, billions of weaknesses, make them even, make them one, contained, down to earth and finite. Delete those weaknesses. Okay, the difficult to easy part. So difficult to easy. So being easy, not easy, hard, not hard, making it hard, not making it hard, being hard, it not being hard. Where does that come from? It's the mind. It's a collective. It's family. It's actually even more than your parents, your immediate family. It's more like the extended family, like even cousins for some reason comes up. So deleting all that. Also time, space, levels of being, areas of life, aspects of self, macro, micro, nervous system, all that to your midline. And we're going to tense that, untense that, no effort, tense, untense, no effort. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Got the ties, attachments, sentiments, stories. So letting go. Who are you without these issues, problems, questions? Let's make you strong to that, so that you not attach to the old self. Okay, let's reset, reprogram, restart. Let's tune in. Let's see, where's everybody's questions now? Okay, so I get there's thousands of weaknesses with your question. Let's make those even. One contained. Down to earth and finite. And delete those weaknesses out of the mind, spirit. So still some mind. Let's get the mind out. Send the mind away. Body, mind, spirit, strong, separate, strong together. Conscious, subconscious, non-conscious. So non-conscious level. Non-conscious, let's delete sabotage. And see, are there any conflicts? No, it's just more some sabotage, some suffering, struggling. S words. Sabotage, suffering, struggling. The struggle. So delete the struggle. Struggling with yourself. No, struggling with others. Delete the struggle with others. People struggling with themselves. People struggling with each other. Your struggles are other people's struggles. You to other people's struggles. So let's make you strongly, this is not meant to be psychopathic as we're sitting here talking about being our heart center, but you want to make you not care. Now, it doesn't mean you're apathetic and you are a psychopath. It just means that you are not enveloping and wrapping your energy around these situations because it doesn't support, it's not going to make you stronger. It doesn't solve anything. We have this empathy, sympathy. We don't want to have that. Instead, we want to, when somebody's is troubled, we want to strengthen them. We want to send them strength. That is going to make them stronger and it's going to make you stronger. Rather than empathizing, sympathizing, that's just a cultural thing. That's because people don't know this method. But really, strength, joy, centeredness, balance. That's what people need. They don't need your sympathy, even though Hallmark cards would say differently. But forget that. So everything around that. Delete the sources, delete the reasons, delete the causes, out of the past, out of the future, the effects. Resetting. Body, mind, spirit, reprogram, thinking, awareness, perception, restarting, reposition, repurpose, realign. Let's clear up that future. Okay, and let's check now. And I get there's hundreds of things for your question. So let's delete those hundreds of things down to 0 minus infinity. Make them even, 1, contain. It's in the body, the mind. Now it's in the spirit. So clear it out of your spirit, non-physical, the psychological. So still some more psychological. Okay, some fears and phobias. Is it more fears or more phobias? More fears. Fears. Now it's more internal, your internal fears. Change. See, people say they want to change, but they don't really. But we can strengthen them so that they do. Okay, so change. Same, not same. Different, not different. Changing, not changing. Perception, no perception. There we go. Let's look at the sources, the reasons, the causes. What is in the way of the change or who? Ancestors, family, and neighbors. Let's clear all negative experiences of change. So when people say, oh, change is always for the better, not always. So we want to make it so that it is true. So going forward, in this case, yes, it is true. I want to connect to all the benefits of change and delete all the negative experiences of change where things change for the worse. All time and space, levels of being, aspects of self, areas of life, macro, micro, nervous system, boom, deleted. Okay, and resetting. Now let's take a look. And more of these because mostly this life or other, this lifetime actually. And stuff in the past. Let's keep that past clearing itself up. Far distant past. So let's clear out childhood weaknesses, some traumas, some karmas, indirect karmas, this collective karmas, deleting those. No revenge, no having to pay the price, no need to suffer. Having to do with fitness and career, the collective, families, and more. And spirits. So let's clear the spirit attachments, dark energy, even some demons. Don't forget about demons. Don't worry, we don't need a priest. We don't need an old priest and a young priest. We're just going to strengthen, delete, send them away. For those of you who ever watched, I didn't see the recent Exorcist, but I remember as a kid, what a horrible movie to be showing to children. My God. Eliminate, freed, event release, delete all that down to 0 minus infinity. Okay, all those hooks, cut some cords there. Sentiment stories. Okay, and strengthen you to regenerate, rejuvenate, repair, all this to your physical intelligence, to your nervous systems. So how are people feeling in general? And how are you feeling about the question that you entered into the spreadsheet, or excuse me, into the form that I look at as a spreadsheet? Lighter. Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look. I'm just going to go down our list here. Delete the fear of shining brightly, being successful. Okay, so let's see if there's anything left there. It actually feels really strong now. Shining brightly, being successful. So shining brightly, so the brightness. So, okay, let's just strengthen all the weaknesses around that. Seems like a silly thing, but it's sometimes the little silly things that are so bright, not bright, dark, not dark. So bright triggers dark and dark triggering bright. So let's clear everything around that. Some bright lights. What comes up is like interrogation. So let's delete all that. And the ancestors, let's clear this for everybody. And collective, even clients. I'm not sure what work you do. Oh, good. Yay. Thank you. We got lighter. We got shifting in the heart. Love it. Okay. So reset. Paula, that was your question. Tell me how that is. Si es igual o diferente. Okay. And then Lisa, negative self-concept. That feels a lot stronger. So let's see if there's anything left there. Negative self-concept. You to yourself to you. And that feels better. Let's make sure you recognize, acknowledge, accept, receive, feel, perceive. So Lisa, I don't know if you're here, if you want to chime in on that. Okay. And then Monica, career I love. Career I love. Career I love. Love goes weak. So love with career and career with love. So there's some weakness there. Love to career, career to love. Okay, so let's get out of the love. Let's shift that. We want to be neutral. Love, there's too many triggers with love because it's more emotional. So let's delete everything around that. So that is a bit of a, what's the word here? It's more mistaken identity, sensation, emotion, reaction. And a little bit of a wrong answer. It's more like, it's like your highest good career, because we don't love, even if we choose something that we think we love, we don't love it every millisecond all the time, right? There's tends to be things, but those things that can come up, but that's okay because there's also triggers that can come up that make us grow. So we want to have a career that is most beneficial for you and for others, where you're bringing benefits to others. And by bringing benefits to others, you get benefited financially, energetically, and everything. So we're going to strengthen for that. Yes. And that's for everybody. Yeah. Some causes around that. The past, some more past, so deleting that. I know she's on a different time zone, probably not here. So I'm just going to tune in and see how that is. Clear the memories. So clearing all the memories. So having something that is a career that is she loves triggers all the career she hates. Love and hate. There we go. Let's delete all those. And that triggers the ancestors laboring. So we want to delete all the laboring for money, right? Things being heavy, hard, difficult, etc. Okay, Paula, mezcla de emotions. I don't know. Dark feminine. Okay, light, not light, dark, not dark. So there's a weakness of the dark, Paula. So I'm strengthening that. So you're strong to it. We just make you neutral. Because you're right, we do have darkness. We want a strong to light. And it's really the simple. Light, not light, dark, not dark, neutral. So I'm just going to say this in Spanish because I know she does both. Ligero, oscuro, oscuro, ligero, neutral. Los dos. Right? We want to be strong. So, and then feminine, masculine. This is good for everyone too. Feminine, masculine, masculine, feminine. Masculine to the feminine goes weak. Okay, let's clear that. And that's some external weaknesses. And there's some psychic and psychological. Let's clear those. The collective and family. Okay, so I'm going to download some automatic strengthening, deleting. This is going to keep going beyond this. Okay. All right. Now we'll go back to career she loves. That feels good. Put that into her heart. So we want really just career that is beneficial, enjoyable, more even, integrated, and balanced. Okay, and there's a question from Eva about hair. And what's her question? Let's see how it is now. It's 100%. It's not quite infinite potential. Infinite potential down to zero minus infinity. So is she losing hair, or is it turning? It's just hair is the only word. She's one word for the strengthening there. One word for her question. So hair. I'm going to see. Is it more having it or losing it, or is it the color? It's more about losing the hair. Okay, so let's strengthen her and anyone else here who has similar issue, or anyone you know. So having it, not having it, losing, not losing, neutral, gaining, not gaining, losing, not losing. So all lost energy experiences, it's external, it's the mind, it's not physical, it's psychological, it's the limitations. So clear those. And the relationship. So clear the relationship weaknesses. We have a relationship with self or others, relationship with self, relationship with others, relationship with others, ancestors, and culture. So more their weaknesses, their relationship weaknesses from other lives. So everything around that, all the sources, all the reasons, all the causes, all the past, all the future. And psychological. Some sensation, emotions, and reactions. Okay, so we'll strengthen her for that. Okay, how's the group doing here? Big sigh of relief. Okay, good. Just keep those exit portals open, everyone. On her chin, on her arm, hands and fingers, feet, toe, colon, sacrum. So sacrum is the last one. So tense it, untense it. Okay. All right, so we're doing some stuff about hair, career, people pleasing. People pleasing. So this is Michelle's question. See how she's doing. If you're here, Michelle. The peace. Okay, the peace goes weak. So everything else so strong. So keeping the peace, not keeping the peace. Peace officer. Something about peace and police. So where's that coming from? Something external. It's a mind, not physical. Something psychic. This lifetime and the present. Some limitations. I'm wondering if there's a curfew where you are or something like that. So let's clear anything around that. Just be positive, not positive, negative, neutral. What area of life? So it seems like it'd be a relationship, but it's actually for her, the people pleasing comes into career. This comes with the business. So that aspect. So everything around that for you and everyone here. And it comes from others. It's in the collective and family. And this lifetime in the past. Okay, let's clear everything around that. All levels of being, all time and space, aspects of self, areas of life, macro, micro, nervous system. So I don't know if you're here, Michelle. I don't see you, I can tell. Okay, so reset, reprogram, restart, sources, reasons, causes, past, future, desires. Okay, mind weaknesses. So thoughts and thinking. I was thinking of you. Let's set you strong that others are not thinking of you. If they do, anything that comes to you goes around you. It goes for everyone here. There's something with your father. Okay, so some of the desire triad, freedom, slavery, money, sex. Money. So weaknesses to money. His weaknesses. So we've got money, finance, prosperity. It's more about prosperity. A lot of P words: people, pleasing, peace, prosperity. So let's delete everything around that. Out of your mind. Okay, sources, reasons, causes, past, future. Okay. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. We're going to move on to the next one. Okay, Dwight, comparing myself with others, find myself lacking, love, accept yourself unconditionally. Okay. So it's stronger than it was before. The infinite potential needs to be there. And let's see. Lacking. Unconditionally is good. It's just the lacking part. Let's make all the parts of the question even. I don't know if you're here, Dwight, if you're still here. Some external weaknesses of the mind, non-physical, psychological. So some psychological. And there's some obsession, some programming. And what's the obsession about? Checking things like obsessive compulsive, like checking the door locked, avoiding germs, touching. So that's not yours, that's ancestors. That's cultural, that's a little bit yourself, but you more taking it on than it really being yours. So let's delete the limitations of that and the karma. So those are limitations, karma limits are creating karma. Limits are creating the karma. Yes. Okay. Very obsessive. Yes. Let's delete that. It's really karma. It's an indirect. It's a collective emotions, reactions because of a betrayal and rejection and loss. Okay, let's clear everything around that. Like a fear of getting in trouble. Yeah, and no need to make others suffer. So let's delete that. Eliminate, free, independent release, protect, forgive, forget, unconditional. And what area of life? That's career. So the weakness comes again from career. Job, career, purpose, business, education. So for you, it's a purpose. Use your purpose to you, purpose to everything you do, everywhere you go, everyone you meet. So there's not really one big purpose. Everything you do has a purpose, and purpose to everything you do. You walk on purpose. Go for a walk on purpose. Go eat ice cream on purpose. Go to work on purpose. Brush your teeth on purpose. Yeah, so it's a choice. It goes back to that taking charge, right? So taking charge, self-mastery, expertise. Okay, there might be some more around that, but that might be something for an individual session. So resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, Shelley, staying heart-centered. Reactions to people, a bit prickly, feel out of place, compassion delayed. Well, yeah, like I know I say it before, but neutral to other people's behaviors. And as I say, it's not that people are stupid, but people do, I'm going to say it, and it'll sound like, how can you be saying this when we're talking about centering in our heart? But this is what we come up against, right? Is, well, we want to be centered in our heart, but it's not like, oh, I'm just going to be lovey-dovey all the time, because that's not really true. We're not always going to feel that way. It's when it's first coming back to ourselves, when other people's external influences trigger us. Like, oh, crud, I'm getting triggered. Well, it's okay. You're human. We just bring yourself quickly back to neutral. So let's strengthen everybody's physical intelligence. That your physical intelligence takes over. Oh God, I got off track. I got triggered. I felt like I want to call a person stupid. Well, people do stupid things. Doesn't mean they're stupid. It just means that, everybody does it. Everybody gets, well, most of the population is walking around unconsciously. They're not paying attention. They're on their phones. They're in their heads. They're not in their hearts. They're not in their bodies even. They're not even their bodies, let alone their hearts, right? So it is having just that, even more than compassion, is just neutral. Like, okay, it comes up, it's okay if you get bothered, but then not beating yourself up for getting bothered, right? So let's delete that. That's what's coming up. So let's delete being bothered by getting triggered, and triggered by being bothered, and beating up on the self for getting triggered or being bothered or getting irritated, getting annoyed, frustrated. So it's just drawn to all of that, to all that, and happening to not happening, experiencing, not experiencing, neutral, so that you don't take yourself so seriously and other people so seriously, and that it comes up, you have your sensation, you have emotion, you have a reaction, but it comes out of your mind into your body, and your body processes it and sends it out. So let's just download all that. That was a Dr. Yuen thing. So downloading that to everybody here so that you are okay with your own sensations, emotions, and reactions. When it happens, it just processes quickly. Sources, reasons, causes, past, future, effects. Resetting, reprogram, restarting. Okay, how's our people doing? How are you doing with your topics and in general? I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, this is Raj, healing from the heart, past trauma, keeping it open. Okay, so let's get out of healing. Healing is slow. Healing is uncertain. It's slow. It means like one person is high and above, the other person is, oh, I'm going to heal you. No, we just make ourselves even, and we activate physical intelligence. Physical intelligence puts you back in sync, back in order, back to your true self. Your true self is healed, is whole, is healthy, is worthy. So let's put that into everybody right now. Back to your true self, which is whole, which is worthy, which is has wellness, total well-being. Okay, and I don't know if you're here, Raj. Let me know if you are and if you're feeling that. So let's delete the misinterpretation about healing. And I'm not trying to pick on your words, but that just was what comes up as a weakness. Healing, and calling things a healing slows it down and makes it less effective. So that's why this is not healing. The effects are healing. It's not therapy, but the effects are therapeutic. But it's not healing, because I don't want to be your healer. I don't want to be your guru. I just turn on my computer, turn on yours, and boom, 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 we start processing, and then there you go. You get better, I get better. And so does everyone else that comes up during your improvement. Okay, resetting. Let's just delete the mind again. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Lighter. Okay, good. Okay, so Raj, let me know if you're here. Okay, Diane, how to be with intense energy that is deeper than emotion. That feels strong, with intense energy that is deeper than emotion. So the deeper. What comes up too is misinformation about the question. Question to answer to the question goes weak. So let's make you strong to the question to answer being even, and then the correct question and the correct answer. What I get is more sensations, emotions, and reactions, right? So that's something with the Yuen method. We call it mistaken identity. It's because when we often mistaken our reactions for emotions and our emotions for reactions, our sensations for emotions and our emotions for sensations, and our sensations for reactions and our reactions for sensations, and mistakenly identifying what's going on makes it so that we can't resolve our issue. So that's what I feel is coming up for you, Diane. We're strengthening that. We're getting to the truth, the whole truth. That goes weak, and nothing but the truth. And who's blocking the truth? Your family. Them to their truth, the truth to them. Okay, so let's even out their truth and your truth and your truth and their truth. And then their truth and other people's truth. They have some issues with that. And they've got some false tools, a little denial and shutdown. This comes from the collective, so let's strengthen them to no longer adopt that shutdown from others. Oh, strengthen that to keep deleting. For you and everyone here. Open the exit portals. Let me know how you're doing with that, Diane. Okay, and Junette, karma, mother, father, blocks in the heart, abandonment. Okay, that's a lot. So there's a lot of issues you're bringing up here. So first thing, I'm going to just work on one thing, father. So mother, father, father, mother, father is a bigger weakness. It's external, non-physical, spiritual, limitations. So limitations. This feels like this is worthy of an individual session. Yeah, I'm feeling that. There's quite a bit here. I'm going to do a few more moments on this. The past, the future. Yeah, a lot of limitations coming in there. So let's make all the parts of your question even. Let's delete the sources, delete the reasons, the causes, the past, the future. I get more limitations than karma at this millisecond. And clear stuff out of the future. So this lifetime, it's affecting the future, but it comes from other lives. So let's delete everything around that. Triggers, issues, and choices. It's a lot of programs in there. There are some traumas. Okay, so I'm going to do some automatic strength and delete. Okay, good, Diane, good, clear. Okay, how's that feeling, Junette? I feel like there's more in there. So more than abandonment, I get isolation. And punishment. So deleting that. Yeah, some punishment and loss. Okay. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting, and then Leoric. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but it's Leoric. The Spanish speaker me wants to say Leoric, but that's probably not it. Relationship weakness, getting married. Okay. Oh, okay. Again, this feels like there's quite a bit there. Relationship weakness. Fiance to you. It's really you to fiance. It's a fiance to you. So it's good. You have made you more even. You're not totally on the same page, same timing. Heart to heart goes weak. And the evenness. So there needs to be just more levelness between the two of you. And working together goes weak. So evening out your culture. So what is it? Cultures, families, ancestors, communities, education, and families. Okay, so all those weaknesses there. Okay, so let me know, Lyric, if that feels different about your relationship. Okay, and Sebastiana, liberate body, mind, spirit, ancestors, mothers, fathers, drama. Okay, it's also kind of long here. This fast sadness. Okay, what's still weak there? Feels a lot. It feels a lot stronger. Yeah, it feels like you really shifted a lot in a short period of time. So what's the primary weakness, and that might still be remaining? Okay, so unfulfilled. There we go. So let's strengthen the fulfillment piece. Is that inside of you, outside of you? Yeah, so it's them. So that's really their main piece that seems to be left at this moment. Their unfulfilled expectations, their disappointment, unfulfilled dreams, hopes, aspirations, non-physical, and some psychic to them or from them, and their education, and even themselves. So other lifetimes, and it comes into the present. So let's deleting that. I don't know if you're still here, Sebastiana. Deleting their limitations too. Okay, that feels a lot better. Okay, then we've got here Phyllis. Want to work out more. When I'm working out, feel like I should be vice versa. Okay. Yes. Okay, so first of all, how's it feeling now, Phyllis, compared to before? So what comes out is strengthening the evenness between the time that you're working out and the time that you're not working out. So we just delete the perception, the thought that it's a waste of time, like you can't afford it. That's what comes up. So you can, it's part of you, it's part of making you stronger. And so that you can do the things you need to do. So let's clear the conflict, controversy, and contradiction in the mind. It's a collective and cultural religion. Yes. So how does that feel now about working out? Some that comes from yourself. It has to do with your career. So let's even out your career purpose with working out with career purpose. Yeah, there's a weakness there. You need them to be even. We need to have them supporting each other. Yes. Okay, let's clear the some psychological weakness. Sensations, emotions, reactions. So a lot of reactions in the mind. And let's make sure you're strong in your body. You to your body, body to you goes weak. So that you need a stronger connection with your body. And so something remembering negative experiences in the body. Yeah. Feeling good at work. Feeling good at working out. So let's clear the future. Fears. Let's delete the fears. Some failure. Okay, and not being good enough. At work or working out? At work. So work out. So that's interesting. We have work and work out. So let's make those words even. Okay. It has to do future and physical intelligence. So physical intelligence in your work and physical intelligence in your workout. I'm a negative way. The word repetition. Some habits, some patterns, programs. That's what's coming up. Emotions. So what comes up is it's like you're okay if you do work and then you go work out, but it's when you go from working out back to work. There's some weakness, some trauma, spiritual. But it's not yours. It's ancestors. It's your family. It's other lives. So it's their negative experience of like coming back to work. So let's delete everything around that. Physical labor, them disconnecting from their bodies, mismatching body parts that comes up, and hurting, injuring themselves. Yeah. So delete. Yeah. Injuries. It's almost like workers' comp comes up. So we want to delete that. Down to 0 minus infinity. Yeah, that's all the hooks, cord, ties, attachment, sentiment, stories, everything around, just automatic midline. Yeah, it feels like it's already clearing itself because now you got the right answer. Let's clear the memories, sentiments, and stories. And let's clear the mind, feeling, reactions, and forgetting. And open the exit portals, down and out. Whew. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. To make sure everyone here is really receiving not just your own, but everybody's strengthening and deleting. Okay, so I went through everyone's questions that were submitted in advance. I see someone here that's popped in. May I have a healing, please? Faizam. Okay. Hello, welcome. So just a couple of things. The way that this group, because I know you might be new to this, because I don't think I've seen you in here before. People do submit their requests in advance. We are just about to wrap up. I'll take a moment, but we are running out of time. We're almost done. So people do usually submit their requests in advance, and then we work on everybody's questions as a whole, and so that we're reducing the size of the question. So then I do this. What's the word I'm looking for? Lightning round, like I just did. Or boom, 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 boom. I'm going through the questions quickly. If the question needs more attention than just a few minutes, then it means you need to book an individual session, because we want to make sure everybody has an overall improvement by being in this group. And in this group, we're doing the Yuen method, so we don't call it healing. I'm not trying to get all up in people and trying to chastise people for saying that word, but we do want to get away from that word. Healing, as I was mentioning just a bit ago in this session, is slow. Healing means I'm the healer and you're the healing, and that's not it. The Yuen method, you need to take charge of your improvement. You take charge by showing up to this. You take charge by sharing what we're doing here with others, because if you share with others, they will improve and you will improve because you took the action to improve them. You're improving them because you're sharing this with them, that this is here and that they can receive this. So that's how this works. But yes, please go ahead and if you give me just a couple of words of what it is you want worked on, we'll do it really quickly here. And that's, if I'm saying your name right, Faizam 5789. Yeah, so just go ahead and put something in the chat. Okay, unfulfillment. Okay. Faizam. Okay. Unfulfillment. Okay, is it in a particular area? Okay, Faizam. Internal or external? It's external overall. Okay, so overall, it's external. It's the mind. It's not conscious, which means it's more psychic, but psychological. Career and purpose, there's some weakness there. It's the business. I don't know if you have a business, but that comes up as a weakness. You've got some karmas going on. from other lives, from others, collective, culture, family. Okay. Family members, siblings. Yeah. So let's clear the siblings affecting you. And what's going on with them? Fitness. So their fitness weakness. Structural integration goes weak. And tensing on tension. So their body's kind of, so strengthening that. Okay. Okay, let's clear that. Eliminate, free, independent release, forgive, forget. Okay, how is that feeling? You feel some shift there about the fulfillment? You to fulfillment to you. Okay. Okay, and so I'm not sure who, not yet, okay. And also new captivate, are you someone that's on, did you send something on the form? I can't tell who everyone is by some of the names on here. So if you are someone that put something on the list, but I'm not recognizing you because what's on the form is different from what's in what your YouTube name is, then just please bear with me. Okay, feeling it. Okay, it's your minds, thinking, emotions, feelings. So sending the mind out. Yeah, I am going to wrap up in a minute here. So you're weak to feeling. So some reactions there. There's some lying, denial, numbing, shutdown, forgetting. So a lot of false tools in play. So it's a lot of collective stuff that you're connecting with and family. So just strengthen, delete that. Just open you up, you to yourself, you to the planet, universe. Okay, so let me know if you're feeling a shift there. Faizam, and then new captivate. Okay. Psychic abilities. Okay. So let's shift you more to, instead of psychic, let's shift you to physical intelligence. It's actually more beneficial because psychic can get you, there's a lot of psychic overload right now on the planet. So instead of psychic, let's shift it to more feeling, perception, intuition, insight, and knowing, which is your physical intelligence. If you're working from physical intelligence, you'll have better boundaries so that you're not getting like psychic inputs that you don't want, if that makes sense. And so let's strengthen you for that. Your feeling, perception, intuition, insight, your knowing goes weak. So let's strengthen you for that. It's external. It's the mind, non-physical. Spiritual. That's just limitations. It's in the future. It's from others. It's the collective and family. So it's your family blocking themselves, blocking you. From other lifetimes. That's deleting all that. It has to do with relationships. You with yourself, you with others. Some reasons, causes, our past, future. You yourself, your planet, universe. Okay. So choices. So thank you for choices. I was thinking of you. Let's close the programs. Stuff from your father. Okay, so no new captivate. How does this? Are you feeling some of this? Getting better, not getting better, worse, not worse. Bothered, not bothered, neutral. Show your perception. Yeah, I think you got it there. Scholastic identity. Denial. So a little bit of denial from the ancestors, collective, religion. Yeah, there could be more in there. Let me know if you want to work one-on-one. It feels like you got a lot of potential there, and there's definitely stuff clearing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And Faizam, how are you doing? Let's see your potential, your fulfillment, unfulfillment, fulfillment. So you're strong to fulfillment, so still weakness to unfulfillment. Expectations met, not met, neutral, satisfaction, disappointment, neutral, positive, not positive, negative, negative, neutral. So you had a weakness to neutrality. And then you're still a lot of mind. So strengthen the mind, empty the mind, strengthen the spirit. You feel kind of numb. Yeah, there's some blocks there. I do feel like this is there's more. This is like private session territory here. But let's see what else we can do in the next 30 seconds. Mindless, spiritless, empty. Body, mind, spirit, strong separate, strong together. Yeah, there's a lot of interference with the mind. Is it your mind or other people's minds? Your mind is very connected to other people's minds. So you have your mind to be strongly separate, independent, goes weak, neutral, still caught up in other people's minds. To stop thinking goes weak, and feel. So put you out of your head, into your heart, into your power, into your grounded, rooted, into the planet. Your feeling goes weak. Well, reset, reprogram, restart. Back into yourself. How does that seem now, Faizam? Yeah, there's still some false tools at play. Forgetting. It's the collective, yourself, even. All the things you want to forget. Whew. Okay, not sure. Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna finish up there. I strengthen everybody to keep the momentum moving. If you don't feel it right now, you feel some more improvement beyond this. Whew. Coming back into your heart, remembering how that feels, where things are simple, clear, strong. That clarity, install that comfy, cozy, warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart. That joy, that fun, that letting loose. Open to yourself, open to life, open to the universe, open to the support of the universe, support of the planet. And you have a two-way support, you supporting it and it supporting you. And to hold this. And it's okay to shine bright. No apologies for being okay. Resetting, body, mind, spirit, reprogramming, thinking, awareness, perception, balance, center, stability. Okay. So that feels good. Feels good. Feel some nice shifting in there. So let me know how you're feeling with the heart center. A couple of things I'm going to be doing in March. I'm looking to do yet another Yuen Method Fundamentals class. So if there's anybody who's been knocking around the idea of learning the Yuen Method, please let me know, because the fundamentals class, even if you just want to learn it just to do for yourself, or you want to do it and you want to work on family and friends, or if you want to pursue a career, any one of those options is fine. And sometimes you think you want to do it for yourself and family, but then once you start to see the potential, you might want to have a side business doing that. And it's a really great thing to just improve your life, no matter what direction you want to take it, whether you want to, make it a career or not. But just so that your life improves, you're going to improve so many other people's lives, and that comes back to you. So let me know if you're interested, because that is something that I usually, when I know I've got enough people, we'll form a class, and we'll do the best that I can to make it at a time that works for all of us. We've got people in different parts of the world, so sometimes we've got the more of the European time zone, the US time zone, and then sometimes we have folks coming in from Asia. So please let me know. And just a request from all of you. I love doing this free group, and if you can always be subscribing to the channel, if you haven't already, to my YouTube channel, liking the videos, that really helps to keep the strength of this YouTube channel. I love doing this, but it is free. There is a cost for me. And so anything that you can do to take charge of that, I appreciate the support. Tell your friends and family. And I would really appreciate if you can leave Google reviews. If you've got a Gmail account, you can go in there and find me. And actually, maybe what I'll do is put that in the replay here. If you don't have a Gmail account and you're not comfortable leaving a Google review, but you want to give me a testimonial or review, you can always email that to me, and then I can just put it on my website. And I don't have to put your real name in there. So if you want to give me a pseudonym in there, please, that's fine, because of course some people have different comfort levels with their online identity. But I would really appreciate that, because it helps me continue to grow my practice here, so that we can keep doing these free sessions. I really love having the group here. I feel like we're having a really nice community, and we're growing, and I'm loving seeing you all connecting, even with each other here and outside of here. And I know some of you may have some work you need beyond this, and let me know if you want to do a private session, so that we can keep the momentum going. But stay in your heart, have fun, get yourself some nice chocolates or cookies or ice cream or something that makes you feel joyful. Maybe it's potato chips, I don't know. Anyway, thank you all. I appreciate all of your feedback and your gratitude. So we will see you at the next one. And until then, have fun and stay strong.